I quit.
For as long as I remember, I've been overweight. I've always been unsatisfied with the way I look. I've always struggled to find forms of exercise that I've liked doing. And I've always struggled to find balance between what I should be eating versus what I want to eat. I've always gone back and forth between losing weight, remaining the same, putting on weight, and it's always been a bit of a yo-yo effect.
In fact, I can't remember any point in my life where I've ever been at a normal, healthy and acceptable weight and size. Even now, I work out nearly every day. I work out every single week. I don't skip, and I'm always in a calorie deficit with my diet, and even still, I'm still very much overweight. I'm making progress, I'm getting smaller, I'm getting lighter, but it's taken me a long time to get there. I know you might be sat there thinking, what's the point of this video? Why have you called it what you've called it? And to tell the truth, the reason why I've called it that is because not that I'm quitting YouTube, not that I'm quitting working out, not that I'm quitting getting healthier, getting smaller, getting thinner, getting bigger, muscular wise. I quit being that man that I used to be. I quit being the individual who keeps going back and forth between losing weight and putting it on and maintaining and just not making any changes in my life. I quit being the same guy that I once was. I quit not because of anyone else, not because of people on YouTube here who may watch me, not because of the people in my life, but I quit for myself. And I think that's something I've always struggled with when it comes to fitness, is also finding out the reason for why I'm doing it in the first place. Why would I lose weight? Why do I want to get stronger or put on muscle? What's the point? Before I would have done it maybe to get more attention from girls or something, because when I was younger I didn't get any attention from women. I didn't get any attention from most people, you know. I was pretty insignificant in a lot of ways. You know, I've never been the most socially apt person. I'm still very much not great at communicating in a lot of ways. I'm still very kind of shy person in a lot of ways. I'm still very nervous person. But once I figured out, I'm thinking about it wrong. I've got to do this for myself. The only way I can change is if I accept that my only way of making a good long-lasting change is if I look at myself and think to myself, where will I be in 10 years if I keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again? It is not healthy in any way whatsoever to be overweight, and it's especially not healthy to keep going back and forth between being one extreme to the other. Now, I've never been really skinny at all by any means whatsoever, but I've definitely been lighter than I am now by quite a lot. I'm pretty sure I've been about 100 kilos at some point in my life, which is where I want to be now. But back then, I wasn't weight training or anything like that. I was very much doing cardio every day. I still had a lot of excess fat. I might have lost a lot of weight for sure, but not all of that would have been fat. Some of that would have been muscle mass and stuff like that as well. That's one thing that I love about discovering weightlifting, about discovering kind of bodybuilding or something like akin to that, or whatever you want to call it. I've absolutely loved it so far, and it's been something I've really enjoyed doing, and I've been really enjoying recording these things for people to watch as well. It wasn't until I discovered that I liked doing this when I remained consistent and kept making progress. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if any other people in my position, any other people who've been overweight for most of their life can also agree with this or not, but I've always found when it comes to finding forms of exercise especially, that's been the hardest part for me. The eating, I've never been great with my eating. I've always either eaten too little or too much, but I really could have found the balance a lot easier if I just tracked what I was eating. But when it comes to exercise, I just couldn't find anything I enjoyed. I didn't like playing a lot of sport. I didn't like, football. I didn't like playing like rugby or basketball because I wasn't athletic enough for any of those. I was overweight. What I'd find myself doing is plodding around, not agile at all. I can't hit any of the balls in the goal or anything like that. I can't keep up with the other kids who were a lot smaller than me. It just became a miserable experience. I really didn't like it. It wasn't until now, when I discovered weightlifting, that I've truly found something that I enjoy doing, that's made me look forward to exercising. Now, I don't mind cardio. I've always done a bit of cardio to lose weight. I used to do a lot of cardio back in the day when I was probably my smallest. However, if all you do is cardio all the time, it gets miserable. It's depressing. You feel rough all the time. You don't feel like you're making any progress with a lot of things. Especially if you're cutting calories. But the way I'm doing it at the moment, with doing weightlifting, with doing cardio, stuff like that, trying to do some more body weight exercises as I get smaller, it's been working for me. I made this video mainly so I can get my thoughts out there. If anyone is even watching this, then I really appreciate it, genuinely. For you listening to my story and my experience with weight loss and health throughout my whole life. I know there are a lot of people out there like me, and if this should reach across to you, I want you to know that there are ways through it. I've been doing it myself. I've been gradually getting there. It takes time. It really does. It takes time and it takes a lot of effort, but it's something that is very doable. I largely make a lot of my content for other people out there who are like me. I make it for not only just people who are overweight, not only for people who've struggled with their health, but also for other people who have similar hobbies to me, like video games and watching anime and stuff like that. People who've never really been very active in their life, who want to make a change. That's what I make a lot of my content for. People who I can see myself in. There are a lot of people like me out there. I know that for sure, because I've been there myself. And largely, I started making content on a bit of a whim, just for myself, just to see how it would go, and people started watching. It may not be millions, it may not be thousands or hundreds of thousands of people watching, but there are people watching, and I really appreciate that, genuinely. Even though it's still early days, it's incredible that there's anyone out there who would watch what I'm putting out there. I haven't really got anything special going for me. I'm not really very talented. I'm not really very funny or anything like that. I'm nothing like physique wise. I'm not really great. I'm still very overweight and don't really look that fantastic at all. I don't have any qualifications when it comes to things like fitness. There's not a lot that I have that is valuable to people out there. I watch a lot of other YouTubers, and there are people out there who have a lot going for them. If at the very least they're at least entertaining, they have something to say, they have a story to tell, they have a lot of life experience. But I'm quite a shut-in. I don't really have a lot of that, and I don't really have a lot of things that I can pass on to people or can teach people. The only thing, which is why I started to upload frequently to this channel, that I can think of that I can pass on to people, is my experience of being overweight and unhealthy, and potentially passing it on to other people so that they can learn from me what to do, what not to do, so that they can learn how to prevent or improve upon themselves, because it's very much possible. I'm here on the journey along with you, and ultimately we can all make it. I just want to say, if you've made it the whole way through, I really appreciate it, and if you would drop a subscribe or anything like that, or share it with anyone, you know, I'm not going to force you to do anything, but I really appreciate it if you've made it this way through, even if you've only watched 5 minutes of it. I really appreciate it, genuinely. Thank you very much for watching it, and I will see you soon. I'm not stopping uploading YouTube or anything. I am feeling a bit sick, unfortunately, so uploads might be a little bit slow for the next few days, because I don't think I'm actually going to be able to work out, because I'm honestly haven't got much energy at the moment. I've been a bit rough, but apart from that, there will be much more upcoming, and I won't be stopping anytime soon. As long as people are watching, I'll be uploading. So again, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Hopefully see you in the next video.